Well, hello there, Divine Feminine. I am here using the Shadow Man deck to pull some cards and figure out what is going on. There is a sense of like enhanced or increased intuition in the Divine Masculine Collective, but when I've been trying to pull for it, I don't understand exactly where it's coming from. And I was guided to the Shadow Man deck, so we're gonna find out. I'm assuming what behaviors of theirs are triggering something in them, some sort of awareness. Okay. All right. That's enough. Let's put this down for a minute. So what's the first thing the Divine Masculine is noticing within themselves? Projecting their darkness onto others. Game playing. Oh my God. Ooh, to see how much people will tolerate. Oh, that's childish. Pointing fingers, placing blame, even when they know it's on them. Oh, and living in a fantasy world. Again, this is all very, very childish, childlike kind of behavior. Okay. That tells me this person not only has come to maybe some accountability or something, but also that their intuition was blocking. No, sorry. These behaviors were blocking their intuition. By acknowledging and awakening to the truth of these behaviors, they are now seeing the truth that their intuition has been trying to show them. You know what? As I sit and think about this, the only way that this could actually happen with someone who's this childish, and forgive me, but some of us understand that our Divine Masculines have different levels of maturity, not just all across for all of them, but within each one, they can be mature financially, but not mature emotionally, right? So this level of emotional maturity, usually they don't really, especially the fantasy world, they don't really know what the fuck is going on. However, there is one way they're willing to make a change. There is one way. It's because they're trying to figure out how to get themselves out of trouble. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think this is such a divine move. You know what I mean? Because on one side, I feel like there's some big problems happening where these particular things are now turning around and creating problems for them, even though they've been using it to create problems for others. But there's a good angle to this, which is like, well, they did just have a major like intuitive shift, no? Even if it came about in a sucky way, even if because it wasn't good intentions and it was more like fear and comfort seeking, that they're probably going to use what they figure out at first in the negative. The reality here is that they cannot unsee these parts of themselves and they can no longer act like they're not creating problems. A comfort seeker like this, and raise your hand, because you know what? Mr. Lightwork is such a comfort seeker. Mr. Lightwork would, like when we first got together, there were things that he would do that later he revealed to me. He would just say some off the wall, just to get me to like lay off for a second. And that it was not like I was harping on him. He just can't think as quickly as I probably need him to. And he figured that out after a while, that I was too quick for all his excuses. And so he would just say anything and then kind of like skedaddle, you know? And now I'm like, oh, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, man, this kind of comfort seeking behavior, these people are eventually going to want to stop this stuff altogether now that they've realized that it's going to interrupt their comfort. It was working before, so they were like, no, I like this. I don't care if it bothers other people. I'm comfortable. But now it doesn't provide that same thing. So this is a good thing for us. But let's now kind of go a little bit deeper, because my question would then be, wait. What's the thing they did? Or what's the situation? You know what I'm saying? What made them look at themselves in the mirror for the first time? Oh, and let's pick up the mirror. Okay. focused on, he keeps her focused on fixing him while neglecting her own needs. Inability to take responsibility traps her in a cycle of guilt and frustration. So this is a form of control, which again, comfort seekers, that's what they do. They want to control everything so they can feel comfortable. Anything else makes them feel uncomfortable and they're like, that's ridiculous. No. I'm just wondering, is that her? Is that another person? She's in guilt, but see, this is about fixing him. So this to me says there could be some sort of habit or issue within themselves that they have not dealt with, that for some reason they're now being called to task. Someone is no longer willing to listen to these excuses and these lies. Someone has finally, I think, maybe turned around and said, stop doing that. Okay. But here's the problem. This could be anyone in their life, not just because if they're doing it to us, they're probably doing it to other people as well. But if they do it to us, then that's one thing. It's a relationship thing. It's, we're talking about relationship control, whatever. If they do this to a boss and the boss finally figures it out, right? You know what I mean? That's where this could really become a problem. What else is going on? This one's so icky. Testing how much someone will tolerate. This behavior, once the emotional gambler, ooh, this is such a good card. Once someone catches on to what you're doing, they're less likely to keep doing it, right? Or to keep letting you do it to them. And what I just imagined was someone who calls and texts every so often. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I just got triggered for my own self, but not even by a guy, but like by a friend. So I'll just skip it because it has nothing to do with this. I was like, ugh. Imagine someone who they hit you up and they're just like, hey, you want to do something this weekend? Da, 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 da. And you're like, okay, you got to know they're a flake, but you're like, okay. And they're like, yeah. And they're all excited. And they're like, oh, I'm going to call you. We're going to go around this time. You're like, okay. But you don't even call in that night, like on Saturday, because you're like, you're at home. Like you're kind of ready to go in your mind. Like you can throw something on real quick, but you know they're not going to call. And then they don't. And they do that all the time. That's kind of my like friend trigger, but I know DMs do that. But sometimes it's not even like to do something. Sometimes it's even worse. Sometimes they'll just text you and be like, hey, and you'll be like, hey, what's up? And they're like, oh, how are you? I miss you. And you're like, oh, I miss you too. And they're like, oh my gosh, like it's so good to talk to you. Da 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 da. And maybe you just talk that day and they ghost you. Maybe you talk for 2-3 weeks and they ghost you. Or maybe it has nothing to do with meeting up, but you're talking, you think everything's cool. And then they disappear, but that's just kind of your relationship. Not like they do it every so often. That's always been how you guys talk. There is a strong chance that person is just checking in to see if you're still around. And that is such a gamble, because what I see with this is that someone just figured out that that's what they're doing. And they're not going to respond. Not this time. Ooh, okay, what else? Deflecting accountability. Preventing meaningful resolution, feeling trapped. I think that this is what's going on here. This is a culmination of multitudes of problems, all kinds of stuff that just wasn't dealt with. And now this person, everyone's fed up. Everyone's tired. So this is interesting. I think that this could be like all around them. Oh, and I'm thinking, as I say that, I do this with my hands kind of like looking around, and then I see this whole, like all these screens and everything surrounding them. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's the fantasy life. This is the last one. Let's just go ahead and finish with this. Obsession with perfection, a world of unrealistic ideals, chasing illusions. Okay. I think that this person's living like this has finally caught up with them. And the reason that they're able to sense that there is a crisis at hand is because it's so damn obvious, but it's not direct. Like no one has directly said to them, Maybe I'm done with the excuses yet, but maybe they're saying things that insinuate that. No one has directly said to them, I know you're playing games with me. Don't just text me because you're bored. Don't call me. You know what I'm saying? Don't call me to see if I'm just still around. No one has actually done anything like said it verbatim to them. And this is messed up because it kind of sounds like, well, Grace, whatever, like whatever. It's like, no, think about it. Think about it. Think about how much stuff your person just leaves unsaid. Think about how much stuff your person just likes to sweep under the rug or pretend isn't happening. And imagine that's one thing here or there, one thing here or there. No problem, right? No. It's all at once. All at once, everything is awkward. Everything is messed up. Everything is confusing. They had to look in the mirror. They had no other choice because they're like, oh, I think it happened. I think everyone is finally done. So, okay. Overall, what do we need to understand about this? Yes. Trying to control people through their mind games and manipulation sums this up. And I think what this lets us know is it's no longer working. People are no longer with it. Okay. They've done the ghosting thing one too many times. Like there's all this different stuff. So if you know that your energy is a part of this, don't worry. You're not the only one. You're not the only one who's like, enough is enough, which means they may have been spiraling, which does kind of tell me what if another reason they sense it is because they got a download a while back that they ignored that said, if you don't make some changes here, you're going to miss a really important season or something, you're going to screw yourself or whatever. And now it's happening and they're like, deja vu. Uh-oh, I think I knew this was going to come. Ooh, that day, when I said deja vu, I just got like a chill rack through my body. All right. And final message. What do we need to understand about this? Why do they do the things that they do? What did I say? For comfort. This is called the material taker. This person wanted material comforts. They wanted tangible somethings. Whether that means they wanted sex, whether that means they wanted money, whether that means that they wanted companionship, at their beck and call, whatever it is, this is how they've been living with everyone and everything. And everyone and everything in their life is like, you suck, no more. I'm not doing this with you. And now they've lost it all. Now, maybe someone usually gives them rides to work that they've been toying with. And now they're like, can't get to work. Maybe someone might send them a little bit of money here and there. And that person's like, nope, all the wells dried up. This is interesting as I'm saying this, because this is exactly the kind of conversations that I've been having with my twin flame clients who are in union, or let's say close to union, because there's levels to it. Where's my, oh man, I can't reach it. Dadgummit. There's a scale of reunion and, there's a scale for the twin flame journey. And so you have this scale and the first, let's say 1 through 10 or 0 through 10, right? 0 through 7 is separation energy. 7 through or 8 through 10 is reunion energy. So there are some people who are on like 7 and 8, like right on the cusp of reunion vibrations. And I'm noticing this pattern of just being fed up and being done with it. And some people need to be warned here to let it happen, because there are some of you who are going to hear this and go, oh no, I don't want to be the one to do this to them then. If everybody's doing it, no, let it crumble. Let the world crumble. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Why? Because they need to get their own stuff. They need to get their own stuff. They cannot keep using people like this and then complain that they're not abundant. This old way has to end. That's the real crisis. This is major, you guys. All right. What is your crystal wisdom card? So kind of wrap this up, because remember, regardless of what this person is going through, you don't have to experience this. If you've gone through your dark night, if you've been living in a reunion vibration, you don't need to slip into this foolishness. Stay high. All right. What do we need to know? Oh, that's too many. Just one, please. That's 2 each time. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Rhodochrosite. How do you say, huh? Someone tell me phonetically. What is this? Pretty. This makes me think about the 9 of Pentacles for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. I fully accept myself. Oh, it's self-acceptance. I fully accept myself and know that I am worthy of great things in life. And I think that you may need to be meditating on this right now, because this is why this person acts like this. They don't believe this about themselves. This is why they, instead of just asking for things directly, they manipulate. Instead of just being in people's lives consistently, they say, oh, let me only give this person, my energy once a month. That way they'll miss me. Like, that's the kind of ways they have to think when they're broken like this. So your job is to make sure that you are meditating on the truth and bringing yourself into the right type of energy. And it seems as if refusing to accept who they are has created this fake fantasy life, and it's time for them to embrace reality. I hope this is a blessing. If you want to work together, well, hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Fiery Grace. I am an intuitive life strategist here on YouTube. I use tarot because that's where I'm able to connect with you. However, I don't need tarot to provide some insights. I am not a psychic, so please don't order a session with me without tarot if you're like, no, I want divination involved. I have internal insight. I have prophetic insight from God, and I don't need this stuff to be a blessing on the twin flame journey, because I'm also a twin flame and I am heavy into figuring out. I've been studying psychology since I was a kid, trying to figure out what was going on, only to realize in my adult life, my dad is a narcissist. When I tell you, if I have a problem, I seek the truth. I seek everything. I try to figure it out. I've done exposés on twin flames. I've looked into the spiritual purpose and the reasons that we're here, our origins. I got all that stuff if you're interested in the new wave prophecy. But if you just want to talk to someone who gets it, whether you need a vent session because it's like, I just need to get this out, whether you need someone to kind of hold space for you and let you know, yeah, this is heavy. It's okay. Sometimes people just need to know, like, am I going crazy? Like, should I be able to handle this better? Am I coping incorrectly? I can help with that. So if you're interested in working together, I would love to be a part of your journey. I have all kinds of services available. I am on call. If you're interested, you can just order a session at a specific time. You don't have to worry about scheduling. You'll know exactly when I will call you. But I also have regular sessions that we can schedule. So if you prefer or need to pick a different time than what's available, go ahead and just order a regular phone call or a tarot call. And I've got all kinds of other stuff on my website. So if you're interested in working with me, you can, I don't know exactly where. Oh, okay. I can't see my screen right, so I'm kind of like, it's like upside down and reversed and confusing. So if you want to work with me though, that's all the stuff. I love you. Check out the pinned comment in the comment section for more links directly to things, or even the description for more information. I will talk to you later. If you made it all the way to the end, I want you to leave something pink in the comments to help you remember. And in a separate comment, I want you to leave your comment signature, because that is how you win a free reading at the end of the month. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Peace.